Yes, welcome back. So we have started with the number basis. That's the first episode, introduction to that. The second episode was on converting from to base 10 to a given base. We did the first example, and then we showed you how to maneuver your way through that difficulty level to a simplified version, right? Beside what is done in the textbook, which is a bit opaque, but we gave you another illustration which made it very simpler. I also made a promise that I was going to do a second examples or calculation solving the question, second question, to let you understand that, for that understanding to stick. So if you're here, the basic thing is that a number from one base can be converted to another base, right? And then the first one that we are doing is converted from base 10 to a given base. Now, in another example, subsequent videos, we'll be dealing from a base to another base, not to base 10. So a base from another base to another base, we are not talking about base 10. So, but the reason why I'm very keen on this particular method is that from when you are converting from a base to another base, you will always have to pass through base 10 before you can actually do that, right? So that's why we are doing that. Or in the end of that calculation, you have to bring your answer to base 10, right? So I want you to understand this very particular method, then we'll move to the other ones. So for that reason, we are doing the second example, solving a second question on that. We will still follow from the textbook and then go to the simplified version. So if you are here, this is the example 2 that we are going to do. So we are converting 5 base 10 to base 2, or base 2. Another name for base 2 is binary. Binary means 2 digits, 0 and 1. So that is it. So 0 and 1 means that the answer that you get, right, if you are converting to base 2, which is binary, meaning for binary the digits are only 2, and which are 0 and 1. So your answer should contain 0 and 1s, and nothing like 2. Another question that I'm sounding, or another trick, is that any number base that you are taking the answer to, that number should not be contained in that resultant calculation. What it means is that, you see, we are converting base 10 to base 2. These 2, at the end of the calculation, the answer that we should get, these 2 would never appear in the answer. So you can see we got 0, 0, 1, 0. You see 1, but we are not seeing 2. And under no circumstance should you see 2. It's the same thing is applicable to any other base that you should get. If you are converting from a base to another base, that base that you are converted to, that digit should not be contained in the answer. So yesterday we were looking at from base this 10, 226 to base 10, to base 8, sorry. You realize that the answer 8, this digit 8, never appeared in it. So take caution, take note. So that's another point, another trick that I'm telling you, right? So let's see how this is done. We move to the simplified version. So we are saying that we are converting 5 base 10 to 2. The answer here is that if you are to divide 5 by 2, the answer will be 2, right? We are moving closer to 5 because 2 cannot directly go into 5. It can move closer, and with the help of this particular 2. So I'm using literal terms. With the help of this particular 2, what it means is that if you multiply 2 by 2, it will give you 4. Now this 4 that you get subtracted from 5, the remainder will be 1. Now this 2 is here. Divide 2 by 2, the answer is 1. Now it means that 2 could go straight into what? 2, and it's 1. So how did you move to 2? It moved there with the help of this 1. So what do? You multiply this and this, giving you the 2. That 2 you subtract from this 2, giving you the 0. Right? If it's 0, now this one is being divided by 2 again. It's bigger than 2. The moment this one is bigger than 2, then you write 0 down. If you write 0 down, you once again you multiply this by this, which is what? 0. 2 by 0 is 0. Subtract that 0 from 1 is 1. It's as simple as that. Now we can do the sum, the number, writing the number upwards. So 101. This is it, 101. always take note that it is written upwards. So 1, 0, 1. Now, finally, therefore, 5 base 10 is equal to 101. This is it. Now, this looks cooler. I mean, in this particular textbook, even with following the textbook squared method, it is simpler. What if you were given a bigger number, like the way we did yesterday, this one earlier? You could realize that this is a bigger number, and going around it straight from this book could be cumbersome, difficult. But this number is simple, it's 5, so we were able to do it cooler here. Now I'm going to move on to the simplified version, how we did that to get the same answer. So stay tuned. Now here you are, the same question has been rewritten. So from the textbook method, we have 0, 1, 0. Now look at how this is done in practice or sequentially, right, systematically. So what do you do? This 5 divided by 2, the answer is 2. It moved close to 5 by 2. Now these two, after subtracting this by this, giving 4. Okay, no, I'm not even going to explain at this level. So divided by 2, the answer is 2 remainder 1. Sorry about that. So now let's prove, because 2 by 2, 2 by 2, 2 times 2, like we did in the earlier example, 2 by 2 give us what? 4. This 4 is taken from what? 5, giving what? 1. Hence 2 remainder 1. I hope you get a point. Now it doesn't end there. This 2 comes down. This 2 comes down, right? And then we divide it by 2 again. So the 2 is going to be repeated because we are moving it from base 10 to base 2. That's why 2 is repeated. So these 2 is going to repeat throughout. This 2 is going to repeat 2 here, 2 here. Take note. It appears on the what? The right side. 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. Because we are divided by 2 repeatedly. So now divide once again by the 2 that we got here. That will be 1, remainder 0. How? Because 2 by 1 is what? 2. This 2 that we got, what you do is subtract it from the 2. Right? Subtract it from the 2. So from the 2 here. And that gives us 0. Now we come down again to what? This 2 again. This 2 repeating. 2 repeated. Now we divide by this 1. The one that we got here. So when you divide it, we told you the moment it is smaller. This is smaller than this. What do? You write your 0 in the 1. Why is it so? Because 2 by 0 is 0. Now this 0, take it from this 1. Give you this. Now check slowly. Check how which of the numbers is subtracted, which of the number is being divided by. Check that very carefully. The reason why I'm doing this step by step is for that reason. For here, you can do it when you are abreast with the procedure. Else, you find it difficult. So that's why I broke it down. You can watch the previous video. It's the same calculation. You can watch that and come and watch here, and it's the same method, the same procedure, the same steps. You get your answer. So now you can see it. After getting that, the answer is written upwards, 101. That's it. Now I'm going to show you something that you can also check there to watch the structured form of the series or the playlist. So stay tuned. Yes, so now here you are. So this is it. You can check this platform to have the structured videos, right, in playlists, chapter by chapter. Very convenient, right? So check here, and then we will see you on the other side. Stay blessed. Please like, subscribe, share. Let's hit Operation 1K followers and we can start going live. We will see you on the other side. Bye for now.